इस खेल में आदत लगना या आर्थिक जोखिम संभव है। जिम्मेदारी से खेलें।
This is My 11 Circle presents Impact Picks of the Week. We're going to just recap the top impact performers as per ESPN Cricinfo's Smart Stats. That's the better way to read the T20 game. And as we look forward, we'll try and give you some insight into who to put in your fantasy team. Players in form, having an impact. Aakash, Chopra and Abhinav Mukund have been in great form on the couch. Let's just recap what's been a fascinating week in the IPL and look at the top 5 impact players of the week. Now, Will Jacks was serviceable but significant against Lucknow. Got Nicholas Pooran and Rishabh Pant in one over. Krunal Pandya, what a day he had with bat and ball at the Arun Jaitley Stadium. Sunil Narayan, also at the Arun Jaitley Stadium, brilliant. Shreyas Iyer, seeing the job, almost seeing it through to the end at the Chepauk to move CSK out of the race. And Vaibhav Suryavanshi, I don't need to say anything more. Gentlemen, let's look back at that. Let's start with Will Jacks, who is not a player we sense would be in the top impact performers. But how crucial were those 2 wickets of Pooran and Pant in the same over in that game, Abhi?
Yeah, cool 48 crore haul, right? 27 plus 21. But that's the thing with Will Jacks. He's giving you all of these impact performances. Maybe not still with at his best with the bat, but he's giving you those 20s and he's making sure he's playing a pivotal role with the ball. He's not required more often than not, but just comes in, gets you, and I think it's a great fantasy option because you know in a team that's stacked up with left-handers, MI are going to go to him for a couple of overs because they only possess like leggies or left-arm spinners who's now injured. So now even more his value adds up.
Yeah, and now if you look at a spin bowling all-rounder who's in top form, is Krunal Pandya at the peak of his powers. That game at Delhi.
Outstanding actually. The first innings, obviously the ball was gripping a little and he bowled well. But the best came in the second innings where he scored that match-winning 70-plus knock. He was, in fact, allowed Virat Kohli to just handle the chase the way he likes. It wasn't a big chase, but then they had lost 3, one after the other. The Rajat Patidar run out actually almost tilted the balance in the favour of the host.
But 26 for 3 at once.
Yes, but Krunal Pandya was outstanding. His perhaps his best IPL knock ever.
Yeah.
Run chase, under pressure, quality bowling attack to actually deal with. Yes.
First 50 after 9 years, I think
years,
it was for
3,000 days or something.
It got worse for Delhi just a few days later. Sunil Narayan came to Delhi and pulled that much needed win towards KKR.
Honestly, see, that is like, that performance is like a genie in a bottle. You rub the lamp and the genie comes out and says, I grant you 3 wishes. So KKR said, please go out and score some quick fire runs. That's what he did with the bat. Now, give me just 3 wickets. That's all I need, including the one who scored the most, Faf du Plessis. And he said, KL Rahul is a bit of a problem, a thorn in our flesh. Direct hit run out. 3 wishes granted. Here is your player of the match and the most impactful performance. He was my fantasy captain that day.
Brilliant. And he was captaining towards the end of that innings as well. Sweet little catch. Just looked like everything Sunil Narayan did that day worked. Shreyas Iyer, talk about a captain's knock at the Chepauk. In a chase, how good was that against CSK?
Look, I think he's been batting exceptionally well. Over the last 1 year, I must say, but a gear that he's taken on quite nicely is the fact that he's found the 6-inning range a lot better this season. And I think it's more to do with the fact that I think Punjab Kings picked him and he told Punjab Kings, look guys, no matter what happens, I'm not moving below 3.
Yeah.
And that's a very, very good sign from a captain. No matter what, he sticks to 3, which makes him a very, very viable option. His form away is great. So let's presume that Dharamshala is going to be an away game in the coming week because he's not had great success in New Chandigarh. Dharamshala is a better surface, ball flies for even more 6s.
Sure.
So I'm really counting on Shreyas to continue that form through the next week.
Now those were some top picks. If you had them, you must have scored. Did you have Vaibhav Suryavanshi last week?
No, I didn't have it in my
Let's get one reaction after we've had some time for it to settle, and we've also seen since that what a leveler the game can be at times. But just for that innings, that perhaps will be an all-time memory innings for everyone who witnessed it.
Absolutely. Whoever has watched this game, to be fair, if he's an IPL fan, of course, you would know 18 years. But anybody following cricket at that point in time, it will be remembered in that shape and form because A 14-year-old smashing Rashid Khan, Mohammad Siraj, Prasidh Krishna, taking down Nishant Sharma for 20, Kareem Jannat goes for 30. I mean, that was something that the dreams, stuff that the dreams are made of. So, yes, a global icon in a night. Everybody now knows about him. That there is one kid who's exceptional.
Would you keep him in fantasy teams now, even if he has a miss like the next day? Because the
Yeah.
day he hits.
Yeah.
Yeah, when the day he hits, he'll hurt you.
Yeah.
You need to keep him because number of, even that innings, for example, right? 90% runs in boundaries automatically gives you even more points. So he's hitting fours and sixes. So singles don't matter in fantasy. So you better get him in your team and pick the right game to keep him. That's exactly something that I would do.
Now, as the games come up, let's pick the right games. Let's pick the right players who we think could be top performers in the upcoming fixtures in the IPL. RCB CSK is a big billing game. But CSK, out of it, maybe even more dangerous. Who knows? Punjab Kings in action as well. Sunrisers have a couple of games. KKR and Rajasthan Royals. KKR certainly need to keep winning after that win at Delhi. Let's go to your top 3 picks for this week. Players in form that viewers should remember when they pick their fantasy sides. Abhi, who do you want to start with?
I'll start with the obvious Virat Kohli choice. And why I say obvious is a bankable option. I'm a very safe fantasy player, so it's almost as if you have to pick him. Best record against CSK not doing well. I'm sure it's going to be a nice surface. I think the surface would have settled down a little bit. CSK's bowling lack a bit of teeth at this point. So I would definitely pick Kohli and make him in my CVC options.
All right. Kohli is top pick number 1. Mr. Chopra, what about you?
Then we head to Dharamshala. This is a Punjab Kings versus Lucknow Super Giant game. And this Giant hasn't fired for a little while now. So he is seething and the pitch will be flat, a really small ground. And Punjab, if they have a weakness, it's their bowling, which looks a little thin. So the ball might travel to the valley a few times. So he is in my CVC option for sure.
Nicholas Puran. Yep, we were building it up, but you could almost guess who Aakash was referring to. Puran, my God, could hit it on the top of Mount Everest. What do we got left? Abhi, you got one more top pick for us?
Yeah, one of my fantasy favorites, if I may call it, is Harshal Patel. 2 games SRH are playing this season. Always pick death bowlers, guys who are going, and at this point, pitches may be getting a little bit tired. People are still wary of SRH and not dishing out flat surfaces, slightly slower pitches. So 1 game home, 1 game away, but I'm still expecting the away game to be a black soil, slowish pitch. So 3-4 wickets, Harshal Patel gets you lots of points.
Brilliant. Gentlemen, thank you very much for that. Take all that quality insight and analysis, marry it into your fantasy teams for the coming week. We'll be back with more next time. This was My 11th Circle Presents Impact Picks of the Week.
इस खेल में आदत लगना या आर्थिक जोखिम संभव है। जिम्मेदारी से खेलें।